everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie and today I want to use book pages. I have randomly selected book pages from my shelf on which I store book pages. This is my glue page, so nothing to do with the ones I want to use. I have selected something that I had started and not finished. This is the same paper. It comes from actually one of my school books, so that tells you how old it is. I've selected some older and different textured book pages, some small ones, some big ones, some whiter with motifs, etc., etc. So I love things that are made with book pages. I love the look of them. And so I've decided, let's see what I can do in a short amount of time. So apparently I wanted to make a pocket with this one. So that's what we're going to do. So what I did was I took some ink and I made some splatters and I just folded upwards. And that basically is going to give me a pocket. So very, very simple. You can glue it in the journal. And if you glue it on only 3 sides, then you actually have another pocket at the back. Oh, yeah, my punch doesn't like this paper, it's too thin. So let me just ink that a little bit. So basically you would have a pocket like this, very simple. You only glue the 3 sides on your page and you have another pocket here, which you could make a notch here as well. So, if we could, why don't we? Why don't we? Sort of at the same spot, on the same spot. Yeah, really doesn't like that paper. Come on. Open up. Open your mouth. There you go. Okay, a bit more ink. I'm going to glue them, but you could also obviously glue them and sew them on the side, which I'm not going to do because I am having a big disagreement with my sewing machine. It's been more than a week, and until I fix the problem, I will not use it. So I might sew them, but some other time. So just glue. There you go. Put glue everywhere, why don't you? And there you have a pocket that you can decorate. And what I suggest we do is first do our bits and pieces and then we will decorate them. Okay, so that's one. You could obviously make them shorter, not using the same length of paper. Let's see. We do have a ruler here. And so I could basically do that, which gives me a smaller sort of pocket. What could we do with this? Again, I would fold it up like this. And then, oh yeah, with light, that would be better, wouldn't it? Ta-da! And I could have a flappy here, like this. And again, I could put a notch here. I need to trick my paper, my punch, so I'm just going to pretend that I have to make a notch on this paper as well. There you go. Now I want to age my paper. So I'm just going to take my splatter stamp, my ink, and at the moment I'm using frayed burlap, which I hadn't used before, so that's quite fun. this, and also on the top. Now, if you wanted, sorry, to glue this on a page, you would not have to ink or age the back. I think I would want it as a standalone, so I'm going to put a couple of splatters here and there. There we go. So again, this is a very, very simple pocket. A bit of glue. Like this. And you have a pocket. You could, if you had your corner rounder, you could round the corners and grab one. Here it is. And obviously what I could have done was, this one doesn't like it either. Come on, be gentle. What I could have done was ink it before. I haven't, but it's okay. I'll do it now. It would have been easier, but you know, we'll still manage. There we go, all sorted. So here we have a standalone little pocket, or envelope, call it as you want. Okay, let's change. This texture is a bit rough. I like it quite a lot. What do I want to do with this? I'm thinking, and I know it shows. I do know it shows. I could make one of my so-called mystery envelopes, and basically that would be the same principle as what we've done here. So same folding. The big difference is I would need, if I had one, a scoring board. Scoring board, let me get it. I'm just going to place my envelope on the scoring board, and I'm going to score at about 1/2 inch, like this. Okay. And I am going to cut this part up to a fold like this, and I'm also going to cut it just above here. Okay, then I am going to ink it, because this time I haven't forgotten. I'm going to fold this here. I can ink this part. I can make a notch. Ink my notch. Then I can ink the back like this. I need to ink the outside of my flap. I can round up my corners. You don't have to if you don't want to. This just needs a little more ink here and here. I am going to glue my pocket down. So just a bit of glue on both sides. Like this. Sorry. You can make a closure any way you want. You could put an eyelid or a brad on a circle here, same here, and then have a little thread. If so, I would recommend you do it before gluing it. I didn't, but I found a trick so that I can still do it. And then once you have this and you've decorated and added the closure, you can actually just maybe take a little bit here, take a little bit here. And then what I do is that I glue this on a page, on a journal page. Let me just get something here. So in my journal, I would actually glue one or two of these envelopes just on the little side flap here. And then you have what I call a mystery envelope. Okay. I really like these. Now, what else could we make? I want a bigger page. Let me take a bigger page. I'm going to fold it in two. Maybe. So. Sort of as best as I can. Okay. I'm going to fold this part here. I'm going to fold this part like this. And then you can make a pocket. So I would just take this bit and bring it up to where I have my little piece. This you can use as a secret writing spot. You can put a bit of paper, coffee dyed paper here. And you can hold it with a paper clip. And then you have a pocket beneath. Or you can make your pocket a bit higher. You glue this part down, and then you have your pocket here. I think I'm going to try to make it like this. So we have one pocket if we only glue 3 sides, or even 2 sides. You have one pocket here. You have your secret spot here. You have one pocket here. And you could even make this part, this pocket vertical, and then maybe a side tuck here. And I think that is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put glue on the bottom. Glue it here. I did not make a notch. Could have. Maybe should have, but I didn't. So this is what I have, and we can decorate it later. We could also, you know, fold this again like this. But personally, I don't like it. So I would just glue these 2 sides together. And I would have one pocket here and then one pocket here. and nicely decorated. This is going to be quite cute. Okay, what else do I want to do with the book? I think I want to make an embellishment. So I'm going to get a couple of punches out, if I can, of different sizes. So I have this one that goes with this one, and I think I have a smaller one, a very tiny one. So let's see what we can do here. I need to choose my paper wisely. Can we try with this one? And I think I would leave it 2 pages together, because I'm not sure my punches would like it if I only had one. So I'm just going to randomly punch, one of each, which is actually going to give me 2 of each. And then this little one, like this. I'm going to place them all on top of another. Let me just get this out of the way. So I want them to be sort of aligned. Okay. So this one here, and these little tiny ones more or less in the middle, like this. I need an owl, and I need not to punch my fingers. Okay, so now I can separate them. And there you go. So I'm going to ink my little flowers. Go. Same with the other one. Like this. Okay, now I need some rats. And I know I have some on my desk. Let me just get them. Here we are. I have a lot of rats, well, not just this one, and I have some that I do never ever use, and I think now is the time to use them. So just putting my rat through. there I have my little flower. And I can, because that's what I would do, I would actually glue it on another piece of paper. Do I have a scrappy piece of paper? Yes, I do. So you could just put medical tape, but I would rather have something a bit sturdier beneath. So there you go, and I would actually glue this on my page. So let's find a brand for the second one. Do I have anything? Oh, this is not the season. Snowflake. Again, one that I would never ever use. Why not? There you go. Oh, come on. You know what I'm thinking? Remember when you were a child and you made boats with paper? Well, I think we could make one and have it in a journal. And I think that's what I'm going to do. A boat with pockets. Okay, we have two cute embellishments. All right, so I said I wanted to make a boat. Do I even remember how to make a boat? I would like to shorten this page because I don't want the ripped side. Normally I don't care, but just on this I think I'd rather not. So let's pretend this is straight. So here I am. I think, not sure, but I think it needs to be square, not a rectangle, but we'll see. So to make a boat, you fold your top bit in the middle. Like this. How much do you bet I'm going to forget how to make a boat? I'm going to shorten it. Can you believe that? I forgot how to make a boat. There was something like this. Let me come back. So it finally came back. This is how you make a boat. It is not what I wanted, but it's a boat. Could we use it in a jungle? We can use anything in a jungle. You could make the windows with eyelets. You could have it as a pocket, a double pocket. Just glue one side, just glue the back, or just glue the little sides and the bottom. So you can tuck something here, here, and here. Why not? Why not? So I guess I should show you how I made this one. Let me get a piece of paper. There we go. So basically you fold your paper in two, like this. Then you fold it in two, like this. Then you take the fold and you make your sails along the fold. So technically they should be the same size. Like this. Then you're getting one of the bottom, oopla, bring it up and fold it. You do the same with the other side. I actually made more planes than boats. Like this. You can try to put your corners behind and then these ones above. It hasn't been successful yet for me, but you can do this. Then you take your piece and you fold it the other way around, like this. You take your corners, you bring them up. You turn it around. You put it up as well, like this. You fold it the other way around, again, like this. Make sure your folds are really pressed down, and then you take your little corners and you pull, and you should have your little boat, like this. This would actually fit into one of my journals. How big is it? It is... This one would be slightly too big with the normal pages I use, but you know, and you could still use it in a journal. So I think we're going to keep this one because it's a lovely size, and we'll try to use it. Let's be children again. Why not? Very simple thing that I like to do, and I've done this during the 100-day challenge, is I like to make very, very tiny pieces that I can put in very, very tiny pockets or tuck spots. So to that effect, I'm going to take my glue, and just glue my page into. So hopefully you've got glue everywhere. You could glue it any way you want, as long as it's in two. So vertically, horizontally, it doesn't matter. There we go. And I would actually let it dry, because if I try to cut it now, it will rip. So I'm going to let it dry, and I'll show you what we can make with these afterwards. Okay. One more thing, Sophie. Let's do one more thing. Yes, but what? Obviously, what you can do with book pages are masterboards, all right? So I've been doing a lot of them lately. So all my masterboards are made with book pages, notebook pages. Actually, if it was the right way up. Book pages, that was an invoice, but mainly book pages, I would say. Except on this one where I have more other stuff. Let's take another one just to show you that I'm not lying. And of course I did put them under. There you go. So it's more visible here. So you have book pages everywhere, 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 everywhere. And this you can use, obviously, masterboards as embellishment. You can do tags, you can do a lot of things. We've done tags quite a lot. So what I could do is something else. What am I going to use to cut it? I'm just going to use scissors, but decorative scissors, not these ones. You will never find the ones you want. Not these ones. Maybe these ones. Let me see. Yeah. I think they're these ones, yes. And one of my favorite things to do, aside from tags and ATC cards and etc., is just cut it as a diagonal this way. Okay, one, and then I would go the other way and I would make it smaller. So obviously master boards are made from scraps, any kind of paper, but mainly book pages for me in my case. Okay, this is actually from a book, this not, but the other images are. Okay, and I would just put them on my page, on my journal page, like this. Decorate them, and then you have one pocket here and one pocket here. And I really like them. You could make them the same size. You could only just do one. You could have it like this. You could have it straight. The possibilities are endless, really. So you can ink them, decorate them, and I think that's what we will be doing as well. Maybe one last thing that we could do. Where did I put my book pages? The big ones. Here, come with me, little friend. Up. I'm again going to take out the edge that is sort of ripped. Okay, there you go. I'm going to take my page, go on the side, and what we can do is a little folder. How do I want to do this? Let me think. You could do it like this, but you could also do it, I would actually fold here on one side as straight as possible. Again, same thing on the other side. Then I would fold this in two, find hopefully the middle. If not, no one's going to die. Okay, I would probably sew, or not, actually, no, probably not. So this could be like a little, I don't know, folder goodie holding thing that you can glue on your page, or you could have as a standalone. You could attach with a paper clip, and I would actually open it. I would make a tiny pocket on the bottom like this, refold it, and then you can decorate with lace. You can make a little closure. If you want to glue it on the page, you could have a ribbon that you would glue on the back on the page, and then just tie a knot here. Here you're going to glue your pockets and the top of your little side tucks, and you can decorate, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets. Did I count that right? 2? No. 2, that's 4, 5 pockets. And if you wanted, you could only glue 3 sides and then have another tuck spot here. Okay, so we can do that. We could remove this part that's underneath here. I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to glue it to the bottom because the page is very thin, so it's actually more a reinforcement, I think. So I'm just going to glue the top here up. Same here. Like this. Same here. Just the top. And then I would glue my edges here and here. And then you need to decide whether you want to put glue here. Do I? No, not really. I don't think it's necessary, but that's completely up to you. Okay? So there you go. You have your little folder. Okay? So I think we have done quite a lot. And maybe we could decorate them and then see what they look like. So decorating, I took 2 of my mystery pouches out, filled with a lot of things, and I took some labels out, and I'll probably find some stems around. So I found this, which I think would fit quite nicely here. It is weirdly cut, so I'm just going to try to make it a bit better. And then I think it fits quite nicely. So I am going to ink it. I might try to again go somewhere else. Okay, I did put my glue page somewhere where I can't see it anymore, because why not? So let's just glue our little landscape. That is quite nice. What could we put here? Let's see, in the things that I did take out, I don't think there's anything that would fit here. Too big. I want smaller things. I have an advertisement. I have a car. I don't think I want a postcard. I have a big advertisement. Whereas I would like, oh, look at this. Look at this. I think that's perfect. Perfect. So, a bit of ink. Glue page. Come on. You found it. Use it. I'm going to do like this. Okay. I think it needs a bit of washi tape. What washi tape? Big washi tape, thin washi tape, or just brown tape? Maybe just brown tape. Maybe. Here we are. I think that's it. I don't think it needs more. I'm very happy with this. So that's one decorated. Next, please, our little envelope. I think I would like to have sort of an image here. I'm not sure I'm going to find anything in here. These are too big. These are things that have nothing to do there that I need to finish. Envelope on an envelope. Maybe, but not here. Again, things that need to be finished. Here I have some sort of a sticker. Okay. I have this of the state of Georgia. I have this. I have a label where I can put something. If I glue this on, I don't need to put a closure because it's heavy and it will keep it closed. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to ink this one and I'm going to glue it down. And there we are. My desk is a mess again. It is how it is. So I'm going to put glue on the top. Yeah, I could have put glue a bit lower too. Okay. Okay. Good. Then, what if we had this label with something on it? What could we have on it? These are all too big things. You are too big, you are too big. Where do I have little stuff? Little stuff. I have birds over here. They are quite little. Just going to ink them and I'm going to see whether I like it or not. I've managed to lose my dauber again. Okay, there you go, it ran away. I could do something like this, but I know I'm missing something here. Whoops. And I know there's something was under my desk. Stickers. Let me just close my box. Aye. I is our ouch. I would like a butterfly. That I can put here. And maybe something to put under the bird. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to go with. You want to come off? No way. So this is just backed on a piece of packaging, actually. Probably an Amazon envelope. By the way, I don't know how it is in the US, but Amazon has changed its packaging. So instead of having these gorgeous sort of recycled cardstock envelopes, we now have some like envelopes, paperbacks, and they're really, really less nice. I can understand that it's about, you know, using less material and recycling and etc. I do understand that. But I'm also allowed not to like it. So we are going to have an extra pocket on this envelope. So I'm just going to glue 3 parts of my frame. So that I made using a die cut, putting acetate, and that's it, really. And it's funny because I bought ovals die, I bought square dies, but these are really my favorite, like these frames. There we go. Little bird. Like this. So you could decorate the back, which I said we would do, hence my splattering here. I have this picture, which is an advertisement for that piece that held books. Scissors. Why are you fussy cutting this out now, Sophie? Well, because it has letters on it, and the image I've selected has somebody reading. So I sort of think it makes sense. Mm. Again, this was glued on a piece of packaging because the paper was very, very brittle. And because I like it, I must say. I'll admit. Yeah. Okay, are you glued? Almost. Yeah, I don't know why my art glitter glue is not gluing as quickly as it should. Okay, we have our book page envelope, so that's 2. Then we had our little envelope that needs to be glued. My paper is rather thin. Do I want to put a closure? I don't know, maybe not. Because I don't want it to rip. So maybe I could cheat. Do I want to cheat? Or do I just want it to leave it like this? Who knows? Well, here, look. Ta-da! Didn't have to dig very far. Do I have a nice sticker? Maybe not. Well, I have a birdie. Oh, we've already used a bird. Do we have something label-wise? We could have a map. Oh, this is very green. We could have a bigger one, but no, it's too white. No. No. Maybe a postal stamp. Do I have one here? Okay. Okay, let's glue and see. Liebig, that's a brand that makes, at least in France, soup. And, yeah, extrait de viande. Something that brings more taste to food. And frozen meals. Don't know if you know, or if you have it. It says, useful for families and sick people. Because it was like something like beef stock, if I'm not mistaken. Come on, label. Come on. And obviously this one I would decorate the back because the back would be visible. Something nice for the back. Do we have... postcards? No, we don't want. But oh, this is rather sad. It's a city after a bombing, so I'm not sure I'm too keen on having that. Photograph, why not? Is that the right size then? He's not the happiest man on earth, is he? He looks to be some sort of a groom or a best man at a wedding. Maybe a groom who was in love with the bride, who knows? And I want some washi tape around him. What color washi tape do I want? Not something too sad. He's sad enough. Let me see. Not too bright either. Right. Well, I'm going to give him something like this. Black and gold. And you're on the floor. I'm not sure who you were. Oh, it's a stamp tool. There you are. And there you are. Okay. That's another one done. Who do we have next? Where are my items? Interesting, Sophie. You've managed to make everything disappear. Or fall on the ground. That's a different option. Okay. We have these. We have a boat. We have this. And maybe that was it. We have two boats actually. Okay. So we have our little trifold thingy. Which we need to decorate. How do I want to decorate this? I have a gentleman. Very serious. So this comes from a book on painting museum, and I just again glued it on some packaging. And I think this is a very cheap supply, because when you thrift these books, they are worth like well, in France, like €2. So, and you have plenty of pictures in it that you can first cut out, and you can use them regardless of their sizes. There you go, sir. Can put a label down here. And you can hear my big dog barking. Then Nature, the old nurse, took the child upon her knee, saying, "Here is a storybook thy father has written for thee." Again, you could make another pocket with this. Just glue 3 sides down, not 4. But I think we have enough pockets for my liking on this one. Doesn't mean I wouldn't do it on another one. I'm not putting anything under him because I like the book. So, yeah, I don't want to put anything else. I would want stamps, however, postal stamps. I filled in a box and I can't find the box. And this is annoying, but I have other postal stamps. I do. Probably not the ones I wanted, but I'm going to find something, am I not? Yeah, but I wanted a big one. Let me get my postal stamp. I got the box. We have lemons from Lebanon. And we need another big one for the other side. This is a bit recent. But then again, Djibouti. My uncle worked there for a couple of years in Djibouti before going to Tahiti. Well, yeah, let's have this one. You know, eclectic I am, eclectic I remain. Okay, lemons. And I think I want something here. So that would mean washi tape. What kind of washi tape? Any specific type, Sophie? Or just random? Let me just get some and then we'll decide. And there's not much I can use there. it's a platypus. Hee hee. I think it's a platypus. Well, let's see. Okay, interesting. Well, no, I don't know. No. Okay. So that's a no. I have snake skin. I have shiny. My God, this is taking me so much time just for washi tape. Sophie, that's not okay. That's not okay. It's not helping. Could have the black one. Similar to the one we've used just before, but there we go. And here we have a little trifold on the outside. On the outside, could we put some I know which shows I'm thinking. Could we put some bit of trim or lace or something? I found a bit of lace that I want to use. So I just need to cut it to match the length of my pages. So somewhere there. And then again. Nice. And I found a ribbon that I want to put on the back. Glue it on the back. And then tie a knot on the top. I'm just thinking whether I want to add some bits and pieces. I don't know yet. So let me just first glue my lace, and I'm going to do that with all the glitter glue. As you can see, I don't care that I have bits of washi tape coming out. To me, that's more of a bonus than anything else. So there you go, little lace. I'm going to add a bit more glue here. And I don't need you, little thread. Same here. Like this. There you go. I am going to cut my little ribbon. Trying to make 2 equal sides. Okay. I don't know why I keep on trying to make bows. I'm crap. Crapetite. Thank God I didn't go towards shabby chic as I first thought I would. That would have been terrible. I'm just going to put some glue here and let my ribbon like this. Do I want to put stuff above my lace? And by stuff, what would I mean? It's either bling, could be a label. We could put a label. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Like this. And do I want to have a tiny one on the bottom? Tiny or not so tiny. There you go. Zoom. And we have a little folder. Good, good, good. Now let me just look at what we have left to decorate. So we have a little thingy. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to glue that side on the back. So like this. Out of the way. Then we said that here we wanted to have a secret writing spot. So I'm going to get from my scraps that are next to me 2 pieces of paper that we can maybe use. Let's see if I have something bigger. I should. This is too wide. We don't want too wide. Okay. I have this. Taking my ruler. Okay. And where do you stop? About here, I guess. So I'm going to glue my little piece of paper. Like this. I'm going to fold my paper back here, like this. Then we said we have 2 pockets, so we need to decorate maybe something here and maybe something here. Sorry, I bumped into you. why did I pick up the pouches where I have too big stuff? Why? Lots of pictures. Too big. Okay, let me have a look and find something more. Look at what I found. I made this. It's a tiny wonky pocket, which I'm going to leave tiny and wonky. And I'm just going to glue it. So you will even have an extra pocket. There you go. Here you could put a paper clip. I don't have any that would be suitable on my desk. Of course not. But this is what I would do. But I would still put something here. Something small. Let me see what I have next to me. Do I have something else that I could add? Postal stamps. I have team holes. Oh, actually, maybe that's the thing. I have the team holes, tiny people. We could do something like this, couldn't we? Good bon point was you got this when you behaved at school. And after having a certain amount of these, you would get a prize of some sort. These are antique ones. Probably antique, not vintage. And I can't remember where I got them. So I'm just going to put glue on the bottom because I think their heads are going to stick out. At least his head is going to stick out. Oh no, actually none of their heads are sticking out. Well, good. So that's another one done. So we have our little duck spot on this side, and then we have a pocket here, and then this part. Okay, then we have our little triangles. Here, what could we put? And what could we put? Let me see, let me think. Now, if we had this, what else could we have? Do we have blue labels? Probably, but where? We have one here. And what else do we have? We have a butterfly. And maybe maybe that's all. Yep, I think that's all. Okay. There you go. I'm just going to ink my piece. Like this. Now there goes the other one. So I would have it like this. So not much space to decorate, I'd say. Yeah, maybe a postal stamp and that's it. I guess that's a good idea. Like this. Again, inking. There you go. You have another one ready. All right, put them on the side. Oh, we have the boat. Why not? Just checking that there isn't anything else that I have forgotten about. No, I think that was it. Okay, the boat. Sophie, would you use it? Yes, I would. Why not? So I'm inking it. Okay, what I think I would do. My crocodile. And I would actually punch holes. I have punched holes. Now I want eyelids, but I want eyelids that have colors. I want a mix of colors. Well, don't know why this one is higher, but it is. That's one. Another color. How many eyelids do we have here? 2. One is enough. Two. Three. Now, qu'est-ce qu'elle a dans la bouche? Like this? No? Okay. Merci. And maybe an orange one. This. Okay. And how would I do that? I would just glue it. I would glue some bits and pieces here. I think I would glue this little part to this little part. And I do think I would glue it like this. So here, you could glue just 3 sides. So you would have a pocket behind the sail, a pocket in front of the sail. And I think it's fun. But that's a me thing. Let me know. There was one thing that we left to dry, which I need to find, and I don't know what I put actually. So let me find it and come back. If you remember, I just folded this in two and glued both sides together. So it is almost dry. So I'm just going to cut random pieces. But all they have in common is that they're small. And that way I can have tiny things to put into my tiny pockets. And sometimes I sew around them, sometimes I don't. Depends on my mood, and on the mood of my sewing machine. So I think we have enough just for one example or two. So I take my little pieces, I take my corner rounder, I round them as I please, up, ink them, and then either you put a postal stamp or a label or a sticker. I'd made a lot of these in my 100-day project. See, we can have, I'm going to distress a bit this one, make it a bit older, a bit less white. And there we have a lovely thing to fill in a tiny pocket, like this. Or we could have, let me see, this one, like this. And, you know, rounding corner is optional. It's really up to you, as always. And what do I have here? Do I have a small sort of sticker? I have a leaf. Well, let's use the leaf. There you go. You have a lovely something, and you can do that with anything, really. Let's do another one, the last one. So I'm going to round the corners, but on the minimum setting this time. Ooh, that one they almost went wrong. Well, they are as they are. What could we put on this? What do I have next to me? I have a label, a washi label. What are you? You're a tiny, tiny label. I have this. What are you? Nothing. And you are red and white. Okay. Red and white, of course. Blue and red. Let me see. We can have this together with this. Together with this. Let's go for it. So what are you? Are you a Tim Holtz or a sticker? I don't know. You're a sticker. Okay. And you're upside down, which I don't really mind. Okay. We have a little punch from probably a picture rather than a postcard, I think, which I'm going to put here. And then I'm taking this little Tim Holtz label. And I'm just going to glue it together with the rest of my collage. There you go. Cute. Okay, so I'm going to clear my desk as much as I can, and we're going to have a look at what we've done today. So today we've made quite a lot of things from book pages. We made this little folder with a couple of pockets. So 1, 2, 3, and 2 tuck spots on the sides, which I find really, really cute. So I'll just put it on this side. We've made this envelope, standalone envelope, which you can, you know, put a paper clip on and add to your journal. And we've decorated it. We've made this flipping envelope. What are you doing here, my friend? Which we are going to glue with using this little flap. Like this. Again, we decorated the front and the back. We've made a 3-pocket thingy. So 1 pocket here, 2-pocket thingy. Sorry, don't know why I wanted 3. So 1 here and 1 here. So you would only glue 3 sides of the pocket. We have made this, where if you glue 3, or actually 2 would be enough, 2 sides, you would have 1 pocket here, 1 pocket here. Here you have a secret writing spot. You have 1 pocket here, and then here you have a tuck spot as well here. Cute, right? We've made a lot of these tiny, tiny little things. I think I have a third one somewhere. Oh, in my hand. With minimal decorations. We made a flower from punches. I know we made a second. I just don't know where it is. But we have a second one. And, you know, if you add it on something, it's quite nice, I think. You know, I like them. I do use them quite a lot. We made a boat, which we can glue on the page, and where we can have 1 pocket behind, 1 pocket here, and 1 pocket here. And I really, really like it. And then we've made this that goes on a page like this. Well, I would put it like this, but you could also do this. That's up to you and the length that you want to use, which we've decorated as well. And this is made from a masterboard made with book pages. So I think that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I love working with book pages, so I had fun, definitely. And I guess I will see you in a couple of days. Take care. Bye-bye.